are your plans?
We've the possibility to build a new life together here in New England. You can make me your husband in 3 months and have 3 children. 1 next year in 1621, 1 in 1623, and 1 in 1625.
Adam, I'm your wife, and this is the 21st century, and I'm talking to you seriously. What plans do you have concerning jobs?
I'm thinking about developing the shipbuilding industry in Plymouth with a group of friends. These are hard times, but we're making sacrifices.
What are you talking about?
We're putting our heads together to get ideas. We don't want to make the same mistakes they made in England. William's planning to do something in textiles, and I want to build modern ships, like the Mayflower.
You're not giving me a straight answer.
What's wrong? Now we're living this side of the Atlantic, we're starting to organize our new life.
I'm tired. I want to sit down, and I'm not in the mood to listen to this. I just want to know when you're changing jobs.
I want to have a job miles away from you, that's all.
Ha ha. Make an effort to please me today for once. It's our special day, and we're having dinner somewhere nice tonight. So phone Madeline and ask her to babysit for us tonight.
Okay. By the way, Steve's coming with us. He's really nice.
What? This is our romantic evening, just the 2 of us.
All good things are 3.
Harvard. I want another pizza.
What? How many pizzas are you going to eat?
You eat like a horse.
Be careful. You're going to get fat one day.
No, I'm not. But I need sustenance. How do you expect me to think and develop my mind if I don't have enough food? An outstanding academic record demands a lot of energy.
Who do you think you are, Einstein?
No, but let's face it, we are the elite of America.
Ah, come off it.
This place was founded in 1636 and has seen the greatest people pass through here since then. Theodore and Franklin D. Roosevelt were here, for instance, and JFK.
It doesn't mean you have to pig out on pizza all the time.
It's a free country, and if I want another pizza, I'll have one.
Well, I'm not having any more. I have to watch my weight.
You're fishing for compliments. You just want everyone to say what a nice body you have and how beautiful you are.
Well, at least it's true, and I'm prepared to make compliments as long as they're true.
You just like having lots of women around you. You've got a one-track mind. But it's not by being slimy that you're going to get anyone.
He's not slimy. He's gallant and charming, as well as hunky and manly.
Right. Well, you both seem to have found the right person.
Yeah, George is a real cutie.
Give us a kiss.
God, this is sickening.
If you played more sports instead of reading, you'd have nice muscly arms like this.
Don't tell me you only go for the inner qualities.
Not only. Of course not. Anyway, I'm getting a pizza.
Actually, if you're getting one, perhaps I'll have one too.
Boston Tea Party.
It was on December 16th, 1773 that people threw whole shiploads of tea into the harbor.
Why exactly did they do that?
It was to protest against the taxes and the complete ban the British had imposed on trade with other countries.
What did that achieve?
I don't know what the immediate effect of it was. But the delegates of all the colonies except Georgia met in Philadelphia and agreed to break off all trade relations with Britain.
I guess it's famous because it represented a deterioration in relations.
And from then on, there was no stopping the anti-British feeling.
Was there any point where the British were on the verge of winning in the War of Independence?
They won some battles, but perhaps it was inevitable that they would lose in the end.
Washington received the support of the French as well, didn't he?
Yes. France recognized the independence of the 13 colonies and fought alongside them.
And later, the leaders of the French Revolution got a lot of their ideas from the Americans.
Boston was a center of revolutionary activity. At that time, it was one of the largest towns here, but not anymore, of course.
No, it's nothing compared to New York, LA, or Chicago. It's hard to imagine living in those days.
It must have been fun chucking all that tea into the water.
I don't even like tea, so I certainly wouldn't have minded.
Don't you ever drink tea?
Only at Chinese restaurants sometimes. What do you think about Anglo-American relations nowadays?
Well, they're very good because of the historic links, the language, where people come from.
History has actually brought them close together.
Well, the English like to talk about the special relationship they think they have with the US. But obviously, the English have interests elsewhere, just like the Americans.
I think the past is more or less irrelevant. You have to look forward.
Yep. This is the age of international unions and organizations and agreements.
Do you think that will make things better?
Well, the Brits, for example, are still often a little bit reserved about the EU. But all these unions can only be a step in the right direction.
Yosemite.
I've just seen Mono Lake, which isn't far from here.
Oh, yeah, it's beautiful. An alkaline lake of volcanic origin.
You're a bit of an expert, are you?
No, just a bit of a show-off.
Apparently, the whole ecosystem of the lake is threatened by the water consumption of LA and the surroundings.
I hope it won't be destroyed.
This water problem exists in quite a few states. It's become a valuable product. Can you tell me something about Yosemite?
Sure, I come here almost every year. It's a fantastic place in all seasons. You can visit Yosemite Valley all year, although Tioga Road through the High Sierra is closed in winter.
They told me to reserve accommodation a long time in advance, especially for between June and September.
Well, it's extremely popular. I think over 4 million visitors come here every year. They want to see the chipmunks and the bears, the 200 species of bird, the reptiles.
And I know a lot go free climbing here.
Yes, especially up the Half Dome and El Capitan on the west corner. It's called the Half Dome because of its shape, obviously.
And that's El Capitan there, isn't it?
That's right. What made you decide to come here?
There's a famous photographer called Ansel Adams who took breathtaking pictures of this national park. I then wanted to capture the spirit of the place myself and see the granite rock faces and the nearly vertical waterfalls with my own eyes.
Have you seen the redwoods in Mariposa Grove?
Yeah, they're amazing. It's hard to believe trees can grow to that height.
There's one which is 64 meters high, 9 meters in diameter at the base of the trunk, and has 2-meter thick branches. Not surprisingly, it's called the giant grizzly. Yosemite is the Indian word for the grizzly bear. Did you know that?
No, I didn't, but I've seen one.
Here?
No, in a zoo once.
It's quite an impressive animal.
One swipe of its paw and you're gone.
Bryce Canyon.
Phew, I'm hot.
So am I. Let's have a drink.
Well, it's hot now, but it's supposed to get very cool at night.
It's something like 2,500 meters above sea level.
Look at these strange semicircular bays.
I suppose it's the erosion that does that.
It's funny how nature creates all these spectacular shapes.
Yes, you talk of the 7 wonders of the world, but there are hundreds of natural and man-made wonders in the world.
I think it would be difficult for me to pick out the best 7.
Anyway, this is definitely wonderful.
It's worth the effort.
Well, it wasn't that much of an effort. We did take the Navajo Trail, which is only 2.2 miles long.
Yes, it's a good deal shorter than the Rim Trail or Peekaboo Trail. They're 5.5 miles long.
That's not too far either, is it?
I'm not very fit at the moment. I know, but it's because of the heat as well.
But the short trails are enough just to get a good, quick view of the landscape. Shh! You're not supposed to shout like that. You'll wake up the old Indian spirits.
Oh, don't talk crap.
Come on, keep going.
I like the pinky red color of the landscape here.
Yeah, it's lovely.
I think you're going to turn more than pinky red.
Never mind that. Who was Bryce, anyway?
I read he tried to raise cattle here.
Maybe he was one of the Mormons. They were the first white settlers here.
I don't know, but I know his forename was Ebenezer. Awful name, don't you think?
Grand Canyon.
Have tourists been coming here for a long time?
The first hotel was built at Grandview Point in 1892, and it was founded as a national park in 1919. People have been coming here ever since.
How long have you been a park ranger?
I've been doing this job for over 10 years now.
And you don't get tired of it?
Tired? Not really. Well, of course, every job has its routine.
But where are you going to get scenery like this and be able to admire it every day?
It gets too hot in the middle of the summer. That's one drawback.
How big is it?
In miles or kilometers?
Kilometers. It's more normal for me.
4,934 square kilometers. That's larger than Yosemite and much bigger than Bryce Canyon.
You couldn't fit too many of these in Europe. Do you ever have any major problems? Do accidents happen?
No, just the odd sprained ankle, of course, like anywhere. But when people go off on their own, they sometimes overdo it a little bit. And you have to be careful. This is rattlesnake country, and they're pretty dangerous.
Oh, they can give you a nasty bite.
You can fly through the canyon in a helicopter or a plane if you want. Are you going to do that?
Yeah, we might do that later. I wouldn't mind trying a little whitewater rafting, too.
Yeah. If you like getting wet, you can take a raft down the Colorado River.
I've never been on the rapids before. It's going to be quite an experience.
Try not to fall in. Come on.
Chinatown.
So, it's my birthday soon.
What do you want to do, Liang?
Well, I think I'd like to take everybody to a restaurant.
And just invite friends?
No, I'd like my family to be there too.
You're planning something pretty big then.
It's my 30th birthday. That's important enough, don't you think?
Well, if you think it's something worth celebrating.
I want to announce my engagement at the party too, for those who don't already know.
And give it an official touch.
How many people are going to be there?
About 50, which is more than the last party and more than I can really afford, I guess.
But isn't that the tradition?
Yes, and I think it'll be really nice.
Sure it will, with all your friends and family all together in one place.
But that's what worries me.
What do you mean?
Well, there are some aunts and uncles I'll have to invite if the rest of the family is there.
You can't avoid that at these special celebrations.
But they always wear you down and talk about the stupidest things for hours.
I know, mine are the same.
And do they make a real fuss about everything too?
No, it's my mother who's like that.
Really? Oh, my mother just keeps telling me what to do all the time.
And she'll still be doing that when you're 40 and have 4 kids.
But I don't really mind. Anyway, where can I have the party?